I was going to make a cake today for a meeting that I'm going to go to, so I thought what a perfect opportunity to show you guys how to do what I'm going to do. Just whipping this out, you can do it too. It's the end of the summer, the beginning of the fall. Pears are coming into season, apples are coming into season, grapes are coming into season. This is a perfect opportunity. You could also use this as a holiday cake depending where you are and do you have pears in your life at that time. This is just going to be a pear upside down cake with a caramel glaze to start it out with, so when it turns over it's going to be beautiful. Give it a try. For this recipe you're going to need a couple different things. You're going to need some flour, some milk, some eggs, some spices which include pumpkin spice and ginger, salt, baking soda, Crisco spray back there. You don't have to have that. We can use butter or shortening. Some vanilla. We do need to have the butter for the cake recipe. Pears, lemon juice, sugars of 2 kinds. And I'll put the recipe below. First thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get ourselves a cake pan. This, I believe, is a, what is this? It's a 10 by 2. I can tell because it says so on the inside. There you go. And the way you're going to do this is you're going to cut a piece of parchment paper. If you don't have parchment, you know, you can use a piece of brown paper bag, whatever it is. And you have some choices here. I'm going to use some cooking spray, but you can use butter, you can use shortening, you can do whatever kind of fat you want. And basically, you just want to put some fat in the bottom. It's making a cloud here. Just some fat in the bottom. Then we're going to put our parchment. And the reason we put the fat underneath it is because we want it to be able to release easily. We're going to put our parchment paper or whatever kind of paper down you have. And then we're going to give it another quick spray. So this is so that the cake comes out all around the edge. I think you guys can see this. And hear the plane going overhead. Okay, so that's your pan. It's moist, it's buttered, it's whatever you're going to do. But I'm just using quick spray. I'm going to set that aside. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to peel our pears. For this recipe we're using Bosc pears. Bosc pears are kind of brown and they have kind of a rough skin. It's not too sexy in the mouth, but when you peel them, they're fantastic. And they're a little firm, which means they're going to hold up well in the cake. So I'm just going to peel these real quick, and then we're going to peel the other one. So then we're going to cut these in half. And then we want to cut the core out. And I just make a V-cut here, and a V-cut in the middle here. See? Very easy. And then just a little action in the middle with the tip of the knife. Look how much pear we preserved. Now, we just want to make nice thin slices. This is going to go in the bottom of the cake pan, which will eventually be the top. So just nice thin slices. So about, I guess about 1/8 of an inch. It's a pretty big pan, but I want you to be able to taste the pear. But I want it to look nice as well. A sharp knife always helps. Here's our pan. Now we're going to put the pears, hopefully, kind of in the same order they are. You can be as precise or not precise as you want. Us Virgos, you know. And then I'm going to turn it halfway. Since this is a taller pear, I'm going to try to put it small and big to the opposite sides. You see that? This does not have to be perfect. If you think this is too complicated for your skill level, chop these into cubes. Smash them down. It doesn't matter. It's gonna taste good. But if you want to get all crazy Martha Stewart like this and try to be accurate, that's up to you. Let me show you. Those are my pears. They're gonna be delicious. Maybe they're not gonna be perfect, but they're gonna be delicious. Okay, it doesn't matter, this little hole, it doesn't matter. The next thing we have is the sugar. It's in here. It's just plain white sugar. And to that I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of lemon juice, which is in here, and a 1/2 cup of water. The idea here is we're going to make caramel sauce. Let me turn this on. Where is the burner? This one. We are going to boil this sugar. As it evaporates, the sugar is going to start to caramelize, and that is what we want to happen. This is how you make caramel. It's not crazy busy. It's not crazy hard. All we're going to do is not touch it. And when you're making caramel, you want it to be without as many crystals as possible, so it's nice and smooth. So you can see it's already starting to come to a boil. And we're just going to watch it. It's going to take probably 5 to 8 minutes. The water is going to melt the crystals, and then as it evaporates, we're going to get a char on the sugar crystals, bring some carbon, not bring some carbon, but change the sugar back into just carbon, and it's going to taste different, and that's the whole idea. Once we have the sugar melted, we're going to take the caramel sauce and pour it over the pears. So they say a watched pot never boils, but we want to watch this carefully. Okay, you could probably see it. The magic is happening. It's starting to turn brown. It looks darker on the film than it does in real life, so hang with it. You can also see it starting to come to a smoke point here. Okay, and I think we're done. So I'm going to give this a little swirl, just so you can see the color. That is what we want. This is the hot caramel sauce. It smells amazing. And we're just going to pour it carefully, because this stuff is molten, over the pears carefully. Try to give a nice even coat. That's it. That would do any Frenchman proud. Let's make some batter. Alright, to our clean bowl, we're going to first add the dry ingredients, which is going to be flour. We're then going to add this concoction. This is pumpkin pie seasoning, which I'll explain later. Ginger, salt, and baking powder. It's important to put your dry ingredients together first and mix them together. Oh, that was a fan. So that when we're actually making the batter, we don't get clumps of salt or clumps of spice or clumps of baking powder. You can see, oh, more fans. It's all, I can't even get this in the camera. Ooh, there we go. Okay. It's important to get this mixed together. Set that aside. Now, we have our mixer, and I think you can see in there. To our mixer, we're going to add the butter, which is a little bit softened, which is not coming out. We're going to add our butter, and we're going to cream the butter, which means to add air and make it light and fluffy. It is light, it is fluffy. We're then going to add our brown sugar. And again, we want to mix this up. We want to make sure all the brown sugar lumps are gone, and preferably start to mix the water that's in the butter into the sugar to make it soft. Let's give that a scrape down. I don't know if you knew that in the 1950s, pineapple upside down cake and pineapple culture in general had its heyday as... Okay, so we just had a camera failure and I have no idea where we are in the process here, but let me see if I can pick back up again. In this bowl we have butter, brown sugar, eggs, and milk. So it is mixed. And to that we're going to add a little bit at a time our flour mixture, which is flour, pumpkin spice mix, ginger, salt, and baking powder. Slowly mix this in. Give it a scrape down. This is just a basic cake batter. I mean, there's nothing crazy about this. And that's it. Here is our pears with caramel sauce on top, and then we're just going to try to evenly put the batter over it. So a little bit at a time. Alright, so there's our batter, and then we're going to try to smooth it around so it's covering everything. Oh, more fans. I guess I could turn my phone off. You see that? Just trying to make it even and around. Cover all the pears. And the middle. Alright. And then the old bakery trick. Just give it a... trying to work the air out. So one more time. Okay guys, we're going to put this in the oven and I will show you what it looks like when I get out. The time and heat and all that stuff will be on the recipe below. And here's the deliciousness out of the oven. It's a little crispy on top, but it's okay because we're going to flip it upside down and it's going to soften anyway. So, so check it out. If you look around the edges here, you could probably see, maybe you can on camera, it's a little, it's hot. Whew, it's really hot. You can see that it's loosened from the sides and it's a little bit loose. That's good. It means that when we flip it, it should come out no problem. So we're going to let this sit for about 10 minutes. I'm going to flip it and then I need to get the heck out of here to my meeting. So I've got a pan here, nice pan, and I'm going to put this over here. Try to get it in the center. Then, using all my force and will and trying not to burn myself, I'm going to flip this. 1, 2, 3, and oh, it's looking good. Alright, let's see how I can get this off because it's so hot. Okay, look at that. I have to say, I'm so proud. I think it looks really, really nice. Now, we'll let that cool. I would put some sprig of mint or some cream or something else in there. But you can do this. You can make this. Look, it's not perfect. But if you whip this out with some whipped cream and a fork, who is going to complain? Nobody. Make this. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. It was a lot of fun to make, and I'm sure it's going to be delicious. We're going to take it to a meeting and have it in a little while. I just want to thank all of you for being subscribers. We were at nearly 800 people this morning, and that's just crazy. I'm so excited to be able to do these kind of videos for you guys and you enjoy them. This is the first dessert one I've done in a long time, and I think this is the first baking one, so I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, please ask. The recipe will be down below, as will maybe your comments. I'd love to see some comments if you guys give this a try. Let me know what you think. Everybody needs a hero. This is my new tagline. Everybody needs a hero, and I want to be hashtag your everyday Santa. So, hope to hear from you guys on Twitter or Facebook or wherever you contact me. Thanks, you guys. Hope you enjoyed.